Tarot reading for Virgo, 2026. The strategy of the journey of originality. Virgo, stop what you are doing. The year 2026 will not be a simple continuation of your life. It will be a complete turning of the page. You are about to hear a message that will dismantle everything you thought you knew about security and stability. The truth the universe insists on whispering is this: your greatest strength so far, the pursuit of perfection and absolute control, can become your greatest anchor. If you continue on autopilot, you will miss the chance to experience the greatest acceleration of destiny in your life. This is the journey of originality. It reveals why you need to take a calculated risk now. You are on the edge of the precipice, and the call is clear. It's time to take the leap. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, we will reveal, first, which structure needs to fall immediately so your true wealth can finally manifest. Second, the non-negotiable secret about your instinct, the one you can never ignore again. If you are tired of just planning and want finally to live success, this is your map. And we begin now. With the first and crucial question, what do you need to leave behind? The answer is in the first card. Let's lay Virgo's cards on the table. The Fool card, the Six of Swords card, the Ace of Wands card, the Knight of Wands card, the Tower card, the Hierophant card, the Ten of Pentacles card, the High Priestess card, the World card. Sign focus, Virgo central theme, the awakening of originality and the acceleration of destiny. Layout, the seal of the heptad, 7 strategic focus positions. Introduction, the call to courage, the Fool. Virgo, the year 2026 will not be a continuation, but rather a turning of the page. The energy surrounding you is one of leap and liberation, as if a tight knot has finally been undone. You have meticulously prepared, organized the details, and are now on the edge of the precipice. The opening energy, represented by the Fool, signals that your greatest strength in this cycle will be non-conventionality. The universe asks you to embrace lightness and unpredictability. Your routines and methods, which have been your strength until now, can become your greatest shackles if you do not allow the element of surprise and inspiration to guide your next steps. Wisdom is no longer just in planning, but in courageous action. This is the year when perfection gives way to passion. The fear of making a mistake is the only thing that can really delay your progress. Trust the groundwork you have already done. Position 1. The starting point. What needs to be released? The legacy of the King of Pentacles, the comfort zone that must be abandoned. The suggested card, reverse engineering, the Six of Swords, the lesson, the burden of excessive security. Virgo, the first card signals what you are about to leave on the shore. The Six of Swords speaks of a crossing. You are leaving turbulent waters, but also leaving behind the heavy security of a phase where control and material comfort were absolute, the shadow of the King of Pentacles. Strategic analysis. The greatest obstacle you need to release is the belief that stability is achieved through repetition and risk aversion. You have clung to a financial structure, a career model, or even a type of relationship that was familiar and predictable to you, but which is now fatiguing. The boat is loaded with things you thought were important, but which now only give you weight. The Six of Swords asks you to sail towards the unknown. The liberation here is mental. You must detach from the identity that defined you as the organized one, the cautious one, or the one who doesn't take risks. Your true security now lies in your ability to adapt. Do not look back with longing or guilt. Look forward with the promise of a new, lighter horizon. Position 2. The creative awakening, the essence of the new perspective, the theme of the Hanged Man, creativity seen upside down. The suggested card, reverse engineering, the Ace of Wands. The lesson, pure inspiration and the master idea. If position 1 is what you leave, position 2 is what moves you, the Ace of Wands. This card is the first flash of creative inspiration, the pure fire, the spark of genius that drives the entire year. It is the materialization of an original idea that arises explosively. Strategic analysis. The originality mentioned earlier is not an effort, it is a gift. The Ace of Wands shows that your new perspective, the Hanged Man, will manifest as a master idea that cannot be ignored. You will feel a vibrant urgency to start a new project, course, or life approach that is completely different from your past. This is not an Ace of Pentacles money, it is an ace of creative power. The universe is handing you the spark. Your task is to trust the first creative intuition that arises in your mind. Do not rationalize it, do not criticize it, and do not submit it to 10 planning committees. The way you will begin this project is, in itself, your greatest competitive advantage in 2026. From this point, momentum is built. Position 3. The fast path, the action to harness momentum. The energy of the Queen of Wands, strength, deliberate actions that generate acceleration. The suggested card, reverse engineering, the Knight of Wands. The lesson, the application of fire and mission energy. With the inspiration of the ace in hand, position 3 gives you the tool for acceleration, the Knight of Wands. This is momentum personified, the energy of fast, passionate, and directed movement. Strategic analysis. The advice here is clear. Go for it. The year 2026 for Virgo does not tolerate hesitation. If the original video spoke of small steps, this night reverses that to take great leaps, with certainty of where to land. Your most important action will be personal marketing or conquering territory. You need to launch yourself into the new project with the conviction of a mission. This may manifest as taking the leadership of a project that requires visibility, traveling or moving quickly to seize an opportunity, making a bold and well-calculated financial investment based on your creative intuition, position 2. The danger of the Knight of Wands is dispersion. Your challenge is to channel all this fire into a single target. The fast path requires total focus on the master idea, preventing you from being distracted by small details or secondary projects. Position 4, the necessary transformation, what must be confronted. The challenge of death, the farewell to the comfort zone, the suggested card, reverse engineering, the Tower, Arcanum 16th. The lesson, the breaking of false structures. Arcanum 16th, the Tower, is the most impactful card of the reading. It represents the final liberation from any structure you are still trying to protect that is already rotten inside. It is the violent yet purifying transformation that prevents stagnation. Strategic analysis for your momentum, Knight of Wands, to be sustainable and your result to be grand, the world, position 6, something must completely collapse. This tower is probably a rigid paradigm, a set of internal rules about how things should be done that blocks your originality. A toxic relationship, a connection based on dependency or drama that hinders your personal advancement. An obsolete source of income, a job or business that offers you security but is emotionally draining and has no future. The Tower gives no time for negotiation. Your task is to identify the most fragile structure and let it fall. Do not resist the crisis. Accept the break as a cosmic cleansing that is freeing up space for your true foundation, the world. Death is gentle, the Tower is definitive. This is the final confrontation with your old comfort zone. Position 5. The key connection, the facilitator of progress. the energy of the Six of Cups, the role of relationships in advancement. The suggested card, reverse engineering, the Hierophant, Arcanum 5, the lesson, the mentor, applied tradition, and the path. If the Six of Cups spoke of a nostalgic return, Arcanum 5, the Hierophant, points to a connection of wisdom and path. Your key connection will be someone who gives you structure, but in a positive way. Strategic analysis, your journey of originality and acceleration, positions 2 and 3, needs an anchor point. The Hierophant is the mentor, teacher, or partner who possesses the formal or practical knowledge missing from your Fool's vision. In love, it could be a partner who brings you stability and the ability to build a life based on shared values. In career, it could be a mentor who shows you the map or the correct way to introduce your radical idea, Ace of Wands, to the market. In personal growth, a figure who helps you integrate spiritual or philosophical wisdom into your practical life. The Hierophant can also mean that your greatest connection will be with an organization or community. You are not destined to follow the journey alone. You will find a group or person who validates and structures your path. Actively seek wisdom and do not be afraid to submit to a formal learning process. Position 6. The Harvest, the financial and material result. The promise of the Ace of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, the result of applied creativity. The suggested card, reverse engineering, the 10 of Pentacles, the lesson, legacy, stability, and generational wealth. If the Ace of Pentacles was the seed of an opportunity, the 10 of Pentacles is the established legacy and the complete harvest. This is the manifestation of wealth, stability, and well-being that transcends simple gain. Strategic analysis, the reverse engineering for abundance is the elevation of focus. Your success in 2026 will not be just about making money, but about building a solid foundation that benefits yourself and yours. Originality, Ace of Wands, and momentum, Knight of Wands, after the breaking of structures, the Tower, will culminate in material plenitude. This may mean the acquisition of a house, land, or a long-term asset, the success of your creative project to the point of becoming a stable and perennial source of income, an inheritance or a family investment that finally materializes. The 10 of Pentacles is an invitation to enjoy wealth with the awareness that you built it with purpose. It is the recognition that your search for excellence and organization has finally found its just material reward, allowing you to relax in the security achieved. Position 7. The Compass, the final and non-negotiable advice. The voice of the Queen of Cups, what the heart cannot ignore. The suggested card, reverse engineering, the High Priestess, Arcanum 2. The lesson, silent wisdom and absolute intuition. The final advice rises from an emotional voice to the non-negotiable wisdom of the High Priestess. She represents the unspoken truth, the knowledge that resides in your subconscious and cannot be reached by Virgo's logic. Strategic analysis, you will have all the tools, wands, the transformations, Tower, and the material result, 10 of Pentacles. But the High Priestess warns, do not act before consulting your inner temple. Your most valuable advice is to cultivate silence. Set aside time for meditation, for nature, or simply for emptiness. The key to maintaining success, 10 of Pentacles and passion, Knight of Wands, is the constant connection to the source of your intuition. The final commandment, in 2026, you cannot ignore the first instinctive reaction you have to a proposal or a person. Whenever logic and intuition conflict, follow intuition. Your true power lies in knowing what is to come before any material evidence. The High Priestess is the guardian of your soul and ensures that your originality, the Fool, is guided by the highest wisdom. Conclusion: the cycle of fulfillment, the world. The sum of the energies of this reading points to Arcanum 21, the world. With the Fool at the beginning and the High Priestess as a guide, Virgo is ready to close a life cycle and begin a new one with mastery. The year 2026 will be remembered as the cycle in which you freed yourself from expectations and built a success that is original, fast, and lasting. The world is in your hands. Embrace the courage to spin it.